Hi everyone and welcome to this short tutorial. Today we are going to learn how to set up your RHEL 9 lab on Windows using VirtualBox. This lab is essential for practicing, upskilling, and getting certified in RHCSA and RHCE. So let's get started. So it's very easy to set up a RHEL 9 machine on your Windows using VirtualBox, but first thing first, we need to make sure that we have downloaded and installed VirtualBox. I have uploaded this on the shared drive folder, so you can download it from there directly. I've also uploaded the RHEL 9 ISO DVD, so you can download that as well. Once you have VirtualBox installed, and you open VirtualBox, it will open like this and it will give you this screen. On the left is where you will see all the VMs. Once you create a machine, you will see it on the left, and on the right, you will see its settings, USB, networks, etc. So in this tutorial, I'm just going to keep it short and we're just going to create a new machine. So in order to do that, you will simply click on new, and where it says name, you will name your virtual machine. So I will name mine VM3. So I've named it RHEL 9 VM3. Why? Because it's the best practice, because I've already got RHEL 9 VM1, RHEL 9 VM2, and now I'm creating RHEL 9 VM3. So I know it's a virtual machine 3. And also, I just noticed that this will be the folder where the machine will be getting stored. And I can see it's on the users on the cloud drive, and I don't want that. I want it on my PC. So I'm going to click Other. I'm going to click this PC, and I'm going to go in my C drive. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to name it same name I gave them a virtual machine. So I'm going to name a RHEL 9 VM3, and I'm just going to okay, it says no. I'm going to name it RHEL 9 VM3. Yep. And then I'm going to select this folder and I'm going to click next. And now we need, this is where we select the RAM for it. So we need to be careful that we change this to 2048, which is 2 GB. So the RAM needs to be 2 GB, and let's click next. And for this one, because we are going to be using a virtual hard disk, so we will leave it to default and leave it as create a virtual disk now. This one as well, because it's virtual and we need a virtual image for it, so we're going to stick with the default. We won't make any changes here. So VirtualBox disk image. And on this one, we will stick with the default as well. So just keep it dynamically allocated and click on next. Okay, now you don't need to make any changes here because you've already got the folder that you created and it's just making the VM3 VDI. And all you have to do in here for now, 25. So you need to change this to 25 GB and click on create. So once you have created it, it will show on the left. And all you have to do now is go on to the settings tab. And once the setting tabs open, I want you to navigate to the system option. So click on system and ignore everything. Just go on to the pointing device and change this to USB tablet so that your mouse doesn't get stuck in the screen. And then I like you to click on processor, and where you see processors, currently it's got one CPU, so we will change this to two CPU. So you can see it's got two here. For better performance, this is what we need to do, and we're going to click OK. So for best practices in IT, I'm going to go back on the settings tab, and I want to make sure that the settings has been acknowledged. So I can see USB tablet is there, and I can see I've got two CPUs now. Fantastic. So simply I'm going to click on the start button, and now it will start loading up the virtual machine. I will give it a few seconds as it might take some time. Okay, fantastic. So now it's loading up. Now I can see the machine is loaded up. All I need to do is use my keyboard up arrow key. So I will use my up arrow key. And as you can see, I'm now on the install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.0. I will simply press enter on my keyboard. And once I've hit enter on my keyboard, it will start installing the machine and it will start running logs. If you see okay, which means that is installing fine. So in my case, I can see it's doing okay, which is fantastic. So now the Linux machine is now installing. So installation takes a bit time, so I'm going to just sit back, relax. Okay, great. So I can see now it's loaded up. So I will select my language, which is English. And on the right, in my case, it's United Kingdom. In your case, it might be United States. So I'm going to click continue. And once I click continue, on the left, it says keyboard. So it shows you your keyboard layout. So in my case, I've got GB. So it's the UK one. And the language support is English as well. Time and date, we can customize this once we load up the virtual machine. And all we need to be concerned about is the installation destination. So we will click on this here. And because we've already got 25 gigabytes, so we don't need to make any changes. We'll simply click on done. And without setting up root and installation, we cannot, it will gray out the begin installation area. So we need to simply click on root. After clicking on root, we will untick the lock root account because we don't want to lock this account. And the password we will give is Red Hat so that we don't forget it. So I've got the password set as Red Hat, and I will select allow root SSH login with Terminus so we can SSH in our virtual machine. And simply we will click done. And now it says press done again to use the password anyway. Because we're using a weak password, that's why it's asking us to select done again. So we will click done again. And once we've done that, we will simply click on begin installation and your RHEL 9 will start installing. This will take a bit time. So once this is installed, I will then show you the next steps. Okay, so once the installation is complete, I like you to click on reboot on this option at the bottom. And once you hit reboot, it will start reloading the machine for you. And you can simply click enter. So once you've clicked reboot, this window will appear. All I want you to do is click on start setup, which is this one here. And we don't need location service, so we'll turn this off and we'll click next. And currently we're not logging in from any account, so please just select skip. And on here we will create a username. So I will type student because when you go for your exam, for your certification exam, the username you will be given will also be student. So if you can see, I type in my nameplate student. It also picked up my username as student, which is great. So I'm going to click on next. And now I'm going to give the same password which I gave to the root account. So I'm going to type Red Hat and Red Hat. Okay, fantastic. Now we'll click next. And I'm all done. So I'm going to start using the Linux machine. Fantastic. So we don't need the tour, as I will walk you through the tour myself. You'll just click on no thanks. And we need to register the system. So we'll do this together as well. Just for now, you can exit out or you can click on register system and start registering your account. Just keep in mind when you register, make sure you register as a personal account, which I will walk you through anyway. So I recommend you to close it because there are a few settings I want you to follow. Yay! So let me give you a double thumbs up. So now your Linux machine is ready. Now we're going to jump on doing some hands-on. We will start from A to Z. So we'll start from very basics, understanding the file management system, directories. So I'll see you in the next class. Thank you so much.